Best places to live in Illinois. Illinois is as diverse a state as its cities and people. Located in the heartland of America, the land of Lincoln may have cultivated a reputation as one of the worst-run states, but it still remains a great choice for anyone looking to put down roots. And we'll tell you why. Illinois was once regarded as an economic juggernaut, but poor governance has seen its stock fall significantly. Regardless, the Midwest state still boasts a strong economy and is indeed the fifth largest state economy by GDP. Unemployment rate is one of the major causes of the high migration rates out of the state in recent years, but Illinois continues to prove its economic resilience. When you throw in rising home values, one of the best school systems in the country, and a long list of prestigious employers who include 34 of the 500 Fortune 500 companies, this blend results in a generally gratifying quality of life. Illinois is also home to dozens of cities with revitalized downtowns, excellent entertainment venues and endless outdoor recreation opportunities. The state's universities, including Northwestern University and the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana, are considered some of the best when it comes to R&D, ranking favorably on the Carnegie classification of institutions of higher education. With many options on ideal places to live, it can be difficult to decide where to pitch camp in the Prairie State. Worry not, though, for we have done the hard work for you and compiled a list of the best places to live in Illinois, taking into account the aforementioned factors, in addition to crime rate, cost of living and weather. And here is what we came up with. Number 10. Downers Grove. Downers Grove is a community of about 50,000 residents located in DuPage County, and the only downer you get from living here perhaps has to do with the high cost of living, $112 versus a national average of 100. Homes, one of the biggest indicators of cost of living, average $330,000. Otherwise, it's a great place for anyone looking to settle in Illinois, whether as a single or a family. The area is known for its friendliness. It was named one of the friendliest towns in America by Forbes, and the sense of community is almost palpable. It offers opportunity aplenty, be it academic, extracurricular or social, with a low unemployment rate averaging 5.40%. New parents will be happy to hear Downers Grove has some of the most babysitters and daycares per capita. Number 9. Schaumburg. The township of Schaumburg makes an entry on our list of best places to live in Illinois for obvious reasons. The public education system is nothing short of excellent, scoring a solid A+ on ranking website niche.com, with great schools also giving it a generous 9/10. Unemployment rate is one of the lowest in the Midwestern state, and crime is almost unheard of, with only a single case of burglary reported in a suburb of 132,369 residents. Schaumburg has the 5th most childcare listings and 8th most parks per capita, and when you consider cost of living is lower compared to other places in this list, home value stands at $228,700 and rent is $1,190. It is not hard to figure out why this area warrants a mention. Number 8. Elmhurst. Whether by design or coincidence, most places whose names have a creek, ville or grove tend to be generally great neighborhoods, mostly for the well-to-do. It is the same case with Hearst, and Illinois suburb of Elmhurst only serves to reinforce this notion. Elmhurst is a community in DuPage County whose 45,469 residents bring home an average $96,486 per annum per household. When you dig through greatschools.org, a school ranking resource of no mean repute, you will rarely come across places that score a 10 out of 10. For the few you come across, though, you can bet Elmhurst will be one of them. Perhaps some of the kids emerging from these schools contribute to the high employment rate, only 5.30% are unemployed, perhaps not, but it remains high for a reason. Elmhurst also boasts the highest number of parks per capita in Illinois, ranking number 1, thus ensuring it's not all work without play for the young jacks of Elmhurst. Number 7. Oak Park. Oak Park is undoubtedly one of the most desirable places to live in Illinois. This is another entry from Cook County, and it keeps up with a theme of good security, excellent schools, ample amenities and high cost of living characteristic of the county. If you work in the third largest city in America or love playing there but prefer taking up residence just outside of it, few neighborhoods make better sense than Oak Park. The suburb of 52,080 residents ranks third overall when it comes to low crime rate, and juxtaposing this against Chicago makes this place practically a safe haven. With 5.20%, its unemployment rate is again third in the state, also ranking favorably in terms of parks and childcare options per capita. As far as education goes, Oak Park is rated A+ on niche.com, another area that shows its obsession with rank number 3 where it scores third in the list of high schools with the highest graduation rate, trying with Buffalo Grove with 95%. And a near-perfect score on great schools. Number 6. Park Ridge. Some ardent fans of Harrison Ford will probably recognize Park Ridge as the birthplace of Han Solo, well, the real person. The name will also ring bells for anyone privy to the childhood of one Hillary Clinton. It is said the place you call home can say a lot about you, and if that statement were true, it is easy to deduce a little about Park Ridge. The Rodhams, for instance, moved here when Hillary was 3, and the motivation for that was the search for a neighborhood that promised good security, great schools and general desirability for a growing family. That is exactly what you get in this Cook County suburb which boasts a population of 37,600. But it is an affluent neighborhood where rent prices swing at the $1,200 mark, and the average single-family property is way more than double the national average, sitting at $392,600. Number 5. Glenview. Glenview is another area which often gets the plaudits for best places to live in Illinois. Why? The community of 46,000 residents aces it when it comes to matters education, with its high school graduation rate tying in third in the state, with a solid ranking of 9/10 on greatschools.org. The unemployment rate in this Cook County suburb is also one of the lowest in Illinois, 4.60%. Families moving here can revel in the knowledge that Glenview also happens to have some of the most parks per capita. The unique park center is also located here, and there's also a multi-purpose community center which boasts everything from a pool, to a preschool, arts programs, fitness center and more. Expectedly, the cost of living is on the higher end of the spectrum. Median home value stands at $473,600 and the rent for a single-family home is $1,713 on average. That makes it one of the most expensive places in Illinois, but it's a bill many families, whose fat annual paycheck stands at $93,240, are happy to foot. Number 4. Wheaton. When searching for the best places to live in Illinois, there is a 4 or 5 chance you will come across the name Wheaton. And that is because the suburb of 53,585 has everything going for it. Some of the best ranked public schools in America with an enviable ranking of 9/10, one of the state's lowest unemployment rates, 5.40%, 6th highest number of parks per capita in the state. You will find an incredible 52 parks in Wheaton sprawled across 829 acres of space. The only category it ranks low in is the cost of living. Your average home will fetch at $334,300, with rent averaging $1,250. But whom are we kidding, with most of the locals raking upwards of $85,705 a year, That's pretty much small potatoes. Number 3. Buffalo Grove. When it comes to the best places to live in Illinois, it doesn't get any better than Buffalo Grove. You will find the small suburb of 41,600 residents in Lake County, and the area has consistently featured on the best places to live in the entire United States, with everyone from CNN, to US News and World Report, to Niche.com waxing lyrical about it. Crime rate is extremely low and the public education system is one of the best in the country, with a high school graduation rate of 95% and a solid ranking of 9/10 on great schools. In a state that has been accused of having a fairly high unemployment rate, Buffalo Grove, small as it is one of the places that help keep the state average high. But you will have to fork out for it. Rents average $1,354, with median home value just $5,500 short of hitting the $300,000 mark. Number 2. Naperville. With a population of 145,058, Naperville is considered one of the wealthiest cities not just in Illinois, but the entire Midwest. At $379,000 on average, homes are steep, but so is the median home value, which stands at $109,468, slightly double the national average. Suffice to say, Naperville is best suited for those who fancy more upscale quality of life, with a paycheck to match. If you can swing it, the high cost of living is well worth it. This is one of the safest cities in America, with 130 parks and sports complexes located here, not to mention multiple shopping districts. The residents are mostly college educated, 72% of adults, but with 8 college campuses serving such a small population, that is to be expected. As well, a whopping 92% residents own their own homes. The area itself is located along the Illinois Technology and Research Corridor where multiple high-tech companies are based: AT&T, Bell Laboratories, Colomos, INEOS, BP, Western Electric, Nicor Gas and more. Number 1. Springfield. To many, Springfield is the capital of Illinois. To others, it is where Abraham Lincoln spent the better part of 2 decades. But the city of 117,000 people also happens to be a great place to live for anyone looking for affordable cost of living in the state. Homes here go for $120,400 on average, with rent averaging $732, both of which are considerably below the national average. Public schools may not be the best in the state, but they are good, with the city also playing host to 3 universities. The fact that this is the state's capital means you will find great diversity, with 17,000 residents working in state government jobs. When you include a thriving nightlife and plenty to do, whether historic, Lincoln's Presidential Museum, home and tomb are located here, or cultural, this is where you'll find the famous Hoogland Center for the Arts and Springfield Theater Center. Springfield makes a good case as a great spot to live in the state. Children are also well catered for, especially with the Knights Action Park and Caribbean Adventure, one of the largest amusement parks in central Illinois. Around